As far as Ribandar is concerned, and underground cabling or STP, how is the work going on, and when the work will be started?
So now the work is going to start on the 26th of this month. So now all of the smart city projects will start simultaneously. Okay, so now Ribandar, the work will start on the 26th. So that will include beautification work. We have taken up two staircases now that are badly in need of repair. In addition to that, now the department will lay sewage lines. So every 2-3 meters and all, they will keep chambers.
Okay.
Basically, anybody who needs a house connection can directly connect to the chamber. They have identified a place for an STP and everything also. So that also should take maybe, let's say within 1 year. By March of next year, everything should be ready.
What will be the total cost for this STP, underground cabling,
So the
beautification?
entire project will be around say 70 to 80 crores. That is what they have kept as the budget.
Is it under
So for
smart city or what it is?
Under smart city.
Under smart
So
city.
AECOM has designed all of these projects. For example, this universal walkways, Ribandar, all of that has been taken under the AECOM consultancy, and they have given it out to the contractors through smart city.
Now, as far as Panjim is concerned and Ribandar, it has a major distance. So when you talk about STP, so STP would be set up in Ribandar area or what it is?
No, so there is now in that Goa Institute of Management, they have identified one piece of land over there. So they had difficulties earlier, so because of the land, and that's why the project took so long. So now they have identified the land, they've got NOC from health and everything, so the work will start on the 26th also.
So everything will fall in place by the
Everything.
next March.
Yeah, March, April, May.
Another issue is that as far as that old ancient Pato bridge in Ribanda, which had developed cracks in a few months back. So anything worked out on that or what it is as far as restoration?
So when we had done an inspection some time back, we had spoken to the PWD engineers. So they, because it's it's one of the oldest bridges in Asia, they have to take specific care what they can do with the bridge. So now they have to approach the archaeology department, and once they get an NOC from that, only then can they start the work. So I will check with them and follow up and see what has happened.
So issues are with the permissions and
Mostly will be with the permission. PWD can start the work tomorrow if they get the NOC also. That will not be an issue. So it's only the NOC that must be holding them up.
now yesterday in a CCP meeting you also spoke about demolishing this old CCP structure building and constructing a new one. So starting it from tomorrow, what it is?
Yeah, so today we had a meeting with G-Suda engineers and the contractor and everything. So now they will do the markings today, and tomorrow sometime in the morning they will start demolition of this area, the BSNL.
Phase one, you were
For phase one, because nobody is in that area, it's the easiest. So in the meantime, what we have done is we have approached all of the tenants from all of these, from the building, and we have asked them to sign an MOU with us. So now that also is in the file. We have approached them. The only issue I think was payment of errors. So once that issue is sorted out, and once we get an MOU signed, then there should be no issue. Then we can start taking up the entire thing.
What about the shop owners and all? They are also as
So
far
they
as
are also on
tenants.
board. There is no issue. We've had 2-3 meetings with them.
So everything is
Everything is on track. So we are starting with this now because basically it is already in our hands. We don't need permission from everybody. So once the grey structure is up and we need to relocate any of the tenants, we will shift them to that building and start with the entire.
No, but any offices, government offices, you all have identified so that you all can shift your staff for at the time being.
No, as of now, we're still in talks with the CM to identify certain places. So we haven't identified one yet. But that's why we have started with that building also, because it will not interfere with the functioning of this. So once we identify a place and once this is required to be demolished, then we will move out.
Another issue is that the Panjim market issue. It has been a long issue pending. We are always speaking to the owners and all about that lease and license agreement. What has happened to that?
So now even with the lease agreement, now there was an issue earlier because of a live-in license. So they didn't want that. But if we look at it, there is no difference between a live-in license and a lease agreement. All the terms are basically the same. Somebody's put it in their head that we'll be able to throw out whenever they want. So we've given them assurances that is not the case also. So we have spoken to them. They have given us their representation, the list of points that they would like incorporated. So we have incorporated most of the points because there is no issue for us. We've set timelines for repayment of all of their outstanding dues, and we've told them strictly you all have to pay. So all of them is an agreement. Now the only issue is now, as all of you are aware, now there are only 160 people who are there out of some 400 from the GSITC list. So now they were using that as a pressure tactic on us. They were saying unless everyone is signed and regularized, we cannot sign. So now what we have told them is, see, you all have to show us, act in good faith. 160 of you all, whoever's on the list will sign. In addition also now we have gotten ceiling pass from the government. So now if they do not cooperate, then we will have no choice also. Because now the outstanding from the market is some 30 crores, which is not a joke. Now everyone here in Panjim wants development work also, and we cannot keep crying to the government and asking them for money. It is the corporation's responsibility to be financially independent also. So what we're doing is now, if they don't comply, we will start going after them for violation of trade license and everything. We are not really-
And the shops could
we
be
have
sealed.
to, we will seal the shops. We have no issue. See, because it is not fair. Now you have 400 people who are benefiting, and the CCP is paying for electricity in common areas. We're cleaning the area and everything only because the public uses the thing. So far, they are benefiting the most. They
So
are
at the moment, how
extraordinary
many are ready to sign?
See, from what
160.
we spoke to the tenant association, they had given us their full support. But now they are, I had given them a strict deadline. I told them also, you go, please go take your lawyer, visit our lawyer. And if you all have any issues that need to be discussed, you please bring it to us. We have no issue. We will sort it out with you. Now they are delaying, and we were strict. I have given them till last month. Now if they have not approached for a final thing, we have already put the agreement in the council thing. We will send it to the government for approval. Once the government sends it back, we will start our procedure also.
So by when can it start?
So it depends on, see, if
The government's.
it depends on the government. So we will follow up with, I have spoken to UD Secretary and Minister. We have their support also. It is not an issue. But this I see as the only way forward because our corporation needs the money for development work in the city. We cannot deny people like, see, our gardens also are in terrible state. Everyone knows. Most of our money goes towards paying our salary. It cannot be the case also. So now if once we start recovering that money, if we get 5, 10, 15 crores, there's a lot of things we can do in the city also. We can update everything, whatever requirements people have, we can immediately sanction instead of going to the government for approval. That process also takes time. So now we are hoping to get that resolved also.
Okay, another thing we have heard is that CCP is about to regularize certain employees. What is that?
So now, for example, now we have say 185 around daily wage staff. Now we've had some of these staff for 14 years, 15 years, and that has been a pending demand of theirs, pending issue of theirs for like I don't know, more than 10 years now. So now what we want to do is at least before Diwali, we want to start the procedure for them, which we have done today. We have taken, what we're going to do first is basically we're going to start sending them for all the medicals to check and see how many of them are fit to work, all of that kind of thing. So once our procedure is done, we will send it to the government for approval. So in the
But all of 185?
not all. So we will start with the senior most. So
Like
say
how
14
many it
years.
could be?
So now say for 14 years is around 37, for 13 years is around 20, like that. So we'll start in a phase wise because now CCP has to have the ability to pay their salaries also, which is why we want to solve all these issues. Now for example, the market, the CCP building, the revenue from that also is say around between say 25 to 30 lakhs a month. Okay, that is halfway towards paying.
So if you regularize this 37, what will be the burden, extra burden?
See the
How
burden
much
will
it
come
could
up
be?
to around 60 lakhs.
60 lakhs per month.
Per month, which is why I'm saying. So we also have an obligation to all of our staff. Now they have been working as daily wage for quite a long time, so it is not fair to them also. So now we have put pressure on our administration also. We have told them you have to, without fail, have a recovery of around 50 lakhs a week. Sorry. So around 2 crores a month, we can easily cover all of these things.
So the major option is that if you tackle Panjim market issue, everything can
because
be
then we will
sorted.
have a lot of money because their dues itself will be some 7-8 crores. Okay. In addition to that also they will help us with maintenance. We don't have to keep putting, see people now who are paying taxes should not bear the burden of the market also, I feel. So now what we're going to do, that burden will reduce once everyone starts contributing also. So that is what, so this national data, all of those issues and everything we want to get done. And CCP should be financially independent also, at least for the next couple of years.
Thank you.
Thank you.